Hello everyone and welcome back to level 3 of Monster Manual Arts MMA. At level 3 we actually have some things to go over before we start because all of our characters got subclasses. As I mentioned previously, I chose the subclasses at random from the new player's handbook, so it was just basically rolling a four-sided die and then just going whichever one came first, second, third, fourth. Neville Deep Hollow has become a soul knife, which is going to be useful because now he can use his soul knives and not have to worry about actually having weapons in his hands. So that's going to be an interesting one. The big thing about it is if you go to his features and traits, a lot of the things he gets right away aren't going to be immediately useful. He basically has his soul knife energy dice. He has his soul knife powers. Essentially just going to give him a free weapon, so he can have his hands free at any time. But the upshot is that he can actually make better offhand attacks now. Let's see. Also at level 3, he has gotten. Hold on a second. He's also gotten steady aim. So if he doesn't move at all, he can give himself advantage. So his thing is basically going to be, he's probably, I think I might actually have him start throwing the knives a little more, just to kind of keep him out of danger, and then he won't have to move as much. But we'll see how that turns out. I might have him do some melee stuff. But otherwise, nothing to really report here other than the fact that he has his Soul Knife daggers. Next, with Trigva the Thunderer, he became a Psy Warrior, which I found very coincidental, that both he and Neville both got the Psy classes. His thing, though, because the other thing I did is I also started considering, like, okay, you're going to start getting magical items. And what items you get is going to be entirely up to your DM. For me, though, what I did is I basically, I went for like the recommended number of magical items for a given level. So I gave these guys some magical items, and what I did is I just, basically I rolled on a random table. I tried to make it appropriate to each one, so like I'd roll like some of the armaments for Trigva or some of the arcane for Iran. But essentially, so some of the items are useless. Like one of the things that Trigva got was just a helm that obscures your face with flame, which is fun in game, but for the practical purposes of an encounter, doesn't really mean much. But he did also get a shield that he can change the display, basically displays the face, and you can alter the face. So I basically gave him the shield. He's up to a 19 armor class, and I switched out his greatsword for a flail. So he now has a shield. He's now a little bit beefier, a little bit tankier. Next, with Niha, she became a war cleric, which I thought was kind of interesting that it turned out that way because she's been doing a decent amount of healing. But the result is that she's probably going to be on the front line a lot more now. She's probably going to be doing her spiritual weapon and magical strikes a lot more. But we will, see how that works out for you. Works out for her. For her, the only magic item she got of significance was a Periapat of Health. I forget how exactly you say it. I did not look it up. I know I have it somewhere on here. Here we go. Periapt of Health. Basically, advantage on avoiding or ending the poison condition. And it's essentially just as a magic action, she can regain 2d4 plus 2 health. So that's probably going to be useful. She won't have to waste a spell slot on herself if she needs to heal. She can save those for when she needs to heal others. But otherwise, she's probably going to be more frontlining and more, up front. I don't know how this is going to end up, though, because her armor class is only 14, which isn't that great. I think the big thing is that when I made her, again, like I just chose randomly what her, basically what her cleric school would be. So she didn't go with the martial school, she went with the spellcasting school, which is still doable. She can still frontline, but I'm probably going to be having her pop Shield of Faith to give her the extra AC that she needs. Araneth, she's the one that had a lot of changes, because she became a Draconic Sorcerer, which gave her access to a bunch of spells that are already prepared for her, like Command and Chromatic Orb. She got level 3, which means that as an Aasimar, she now has her... Where did I put that? Oh, did I put it in combat as a bonus action? Yeah, here we go. She has her Celestial Revelation, so she can basically either sprout heavily wings, uh, she can basically shed light and do damage, or she has her Necrotic Shroud, which can make people run in fear. At the same time, though, she's also getting like a lot of things from her subclass, because sorcerers get like a lot of neat stuff. Her sorcery points are now 3, which I neglected to use last time. We didn't really end up needing them, because she didn't have to use her spell slots. She still has the innate sorcery that she can use as a bonus action, and then she has her transmuted spell and her empowered spell. I think transmuted spell is going to be a little more useful later on when we start having creatures that are immune to things, and like especially for spells. Let's see here. Oh yeah, so I gave her Flaming Spear. So in theory, I could use Transmute Spell and change Flaming Spear into like an Acid Sphere or a Cold Sphere or a Lightning Sphere. But yeah, so let's get started. So for this first easy encounter, I'm just doing 3 Bugbear Warriors, kind of keeping it simple and stupid. What I did do is I allowed the Bugbears to roll a stealth check and compared it to the passives of our party here, and they actually rolled pretty good. They rolled a 17. They beat all the passives. So essentially, the way surprise works in 2024 D&D is that if you are surprised, like all of our party is, then you get disadvantage on your initiative checks, which really didn't end up mattering because the Bugbears rolled so low, and the only person to roll lower than them was Araneth. So our party is still going to be going first. I'm going to try and remember to do things like Trigva's reaction and all that. So let's get started. So Neville Deep Hollow, he switched from Trigva. I always try and take advantage of that. So I think having Neville Deep Hollow, I think he's going to have to move, so he's not going to be able to give himself advantage. But what he is going to do is he's going to make a Soul Knife Blade attack. 15, that's going to hit, and then he's also going to do the offhand attack. 17, that's also going to hit, so let's calculate that damage. Soul Knife and Soul Knife offhand. That's going to be 12 damage on the Bugbear. And I also put the ACs on these Bugbears so I can remember. So 12 damage is going to be 22. That should have been easier than I calculated. Okay, next, Trigva the Thunderer. He's going to go up this way. And he is actually going to go ahead. Let's see here. Okay, so he's going to go ahead. He's going to use his flail. He's going to attack with that. Critical hit. Okay, so we're going to roll crit damage for that. That's going to be 12. And then he's going to go ahead and roll one of his psionic dice in order to do the extra psychic damage. So that's 12 altogether, or 17 altogether. Oh. 33 minus 17 for that. So 10, and then another 7 is going to be 16. I can math. I promise I can math. Okay, Niha. So Niha's going to start, and she's going to start by casting Magic Weapon. That's a 2nd level spell, so that's one of her 2nd level spell slots. And all that's going to do is give her a +1 to attack and damage rolls on her weapon. It's a non-concentration spell. She also can't cast Shield of Faith just yet, but we're going to go ahead, because that is a is that a bonus action or a magic action? I can't remember. Or a bonus action or a primary action. So magic weapon is a bonus action, so she's going to go ahead, and she's going to go ahead and try and whack that bear. So combat, she's just going to try and whack it with the mace. 17, that's going to hit, so we'll roll, well, it's going to be 18 because I don't have it programmed in for the +1. So go ahead, so it's going to be 8, and then another one is going to be 9. So that's 9 damage on that bugbear. So that is going to be 7. Okay, next, Bugbear Warriors are going to have their go. So this one's going to try and grab Neville. That's a 10. That's not going to do. I know Neville has more than 10 AC. This Bugbear is going to try and grab Niha. 8. That's not going to do it. And then the other one is going to swing around this way, and he's going to try and grab Trigva, which I think is going to be an even harder one. Ooh, 21. He actually made it. Okay, so Trigva is now grappled, and that's going to be 5 damage towards Trigva. But now, I'm going to remember this time. Trigva is going to take his Storm's Thunder, so he can deal 1d8 thunder damage in retaliation. So that's going to be 3. That's going to be 3 on this guy, bringing him down to 30. Okay, next. Arain Araneth, she's just going to move forward here, giving her a good line of sight. For starters, she's going to use her bonus action to, let's see here, where is it? No, not that one. It's in her traits. Probably in her traits. Okay, yeah, she's going to use her innate sorcery, so she's going to get an extra +1 to her spell save DC, and then advantage on attack rolls and sorcerer spells, which is pretty much all of her spells. And she's going to go ahead and just Sorcerer's Burst, that one that has neat. Actually, she's going to do the one that has Trigva grabbed. Okay, so that's going to be 13 for a Sorcerer's Burst. I don't think that's going to hit because these guys have 14, right? Oh, wait, no, but she has a +1 that does hit. See, I gotta remember this stuff. Okay, so she does have a +1 that does hit. So Sorcerer's Burst, and we're just gonna say fire because these guys have no sort of protection whatsoever. 2 damage. The surprisingly strong bugbear we have here. Okay, back to Neville Deep Hollow. He's just gonna keep swinging away at that. Okay, 14. That's gonna hit. 19. That's gonna hit. And technically, I could have used his thing to give him advantage if he didn't move, but both of them hit anyway, so it's not going to really matter. So that's going to be another 9 damage altogether. And actually, oh wait, no, because I'm trying to remember what do his See, I'm trying to remember the DSs. So that's true. So these guys, I think, have just the nick thing, so they're not really going to be getting anything out of sneak attack. But you know, I'm going to say he went ahead and used his steady aim anyway. That gave him advantage, so now he can do the sneak attack damage. So what's his sneak attack damage? 1d6. So another 6 damage altogether. So 8 and 7 is 15 altogether. So let's see. So 15 versus going to be 18. Oh, the other thing about Trigva I should mention while I'm thinking about it is I did allow him to change his scores because he originally had a -1 in intelligence and a +1 in charisma. And the reason I changed that is because uh, when you go into the sci-fighter stuff, one of the things that happens is they have an ability that allows them to. Let's see, where is it here? I know it's here somewhere. But yeah, some of their abilities are based on their intelligence score. Oh, here we go. Probably telekinetic movement. Oh no, protective field. Yeah, so protective field. You can expend one energy die, roll the die, and reduce the number of damage taken by what's rolled plus your intelligence modifier. And to me, it did not feel fair to the character that they. And again, this is one of the few problems with the 2024 is they have that standard array. But if you do the Psy Warrior or the Eldritch Knight, you want intelligence. But if you go by standard array and this is your first time playing, you have no clue what you're doing, you know, and you go, oh, Psy Warrior sounds cool. Well, now you have a -1 to your, shield barrier. So it's just kind of silly. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and we're going to do another flail attack on that. Actually, okay. Well, we're going to do that. He's also going to do a strength check to get out of the fumble. So athletics, 18. Okay, so he's out of the. Oh, you know what? I'm forgetting something because he has. God, what was it? I know there's something in here. Features and traits. Oh yeah, he has Savage Attacker. So you're trained to deal in particular damage. Once per turn, when you hit a target with a weapon, you can roll that damage. Oh, so I have to hit it first. Okay, never mind. He's still gonna whip, and unfortunately, flail I don't think has the. I really don't think it has the cleave or the graze. No, it has sap. What's sap again? Okay, so I got to remember to use sap now. Okay, Niha's gonna go ahead. And so she has her magic weapon now. She's going to go ahead and use a spell slot to cast Shield of Faith on herself. So that's going to give her an extra 2 AC, making it 16. And Shield of Faith, what kind of action is that? Shield of Faith is a bonus action. Okay, so she can still make her weapon attack. We're going to go ahead and do that. Mace. Critical hit. We'll take it. And then that's a 9, and then it's +1 because of the magic weapon. So that's actually 10 altogether. I think this bugbear is dead or close. Yep, that bugbear is dead. Dead, dead, dead. Back to the bugbear warriors. He's going to try and grab Neville again. 22, that's going to do it. Neville is now grappled. And the damage from that is going to be 8. Alright, and then the other bugbear is going to take another attempt to grab Trigva. 21, that's going to... God, I got Trigva's AC, and now he's just not hitting anything. So it's 11 damage to him. Alright, and Trigva's going to go ahead and use his reaction again, which is... Actually, he's going to use his reaction for a protective field. So that's going to reduce it by 6 damage, +1 from intelligence. So that's 7. He's saved himself 7 damage. Trigva is going to be really interesting because he has so many reactions that he can do. Okay, but now for back to Iran. You know what? We're just going to end this quickly. We're going to magic miss that bugbear. So 1, 2, 3. So that's 6 and 4 is 10. That's going to bring it down to 18. Back to Neville Deep Hollow. Neville's going to go ahead and do an acrobatics check to try and get out of the grapple. 15, that's going to do the trick. And then he's going to go ahead and do his soul daggers. 19, 19. I'm going to say he has advantage because he's, staying still. So we're just going to calculate a bunch of damage. 8, 11, and then roll 1d6 for another 4. So we're looking at 11, 12, 15. I think that's going to be the end of this bugbear. Oh no, not quite. It is down to 3 damage. Okay. Next, we're going to go back to Trigva. Trigva is going to do his smack attack. 11 is not going to cut it. Let's see, is there anything he can do? You know what? He is going to bonus action second wind. He's going to get 7. And then you know what? Actually, hold on. Action Surge actually isn't an action. Wait, do I have Action Surge yet? I thought I had Action Surge. Maybe. Oh, yeah, here we go. Action Surge. Yeah, it's not actually an action. It just allows you to take an extra action. So he's going to go ahead and he's going to Action Surge to attack again. 13, that's not going to cut it. Man, Trigva's just kind of not making it today. Niha is going to go ahead and move up ahead. And she's going to go ahead. Why do I have 2 Ray of Sicknesses? Anyway. Yeah, she's... Oh, no, I don't want to waste a spell slot on that. I think she's going to go ahead. Yeah, she's going to cantrip Poison Spray. 6, that's a fumble. She's not going to make it. Okay, does she have a bonus action she can do? Actually, yeah. As a bonus action, make one attack with a weapon or armor throw. You can use... Oh, she didn't make it. Okay, so she won't be able to use that one. Okay, never mind. Bugbear Warrior is going to try and grab Trigva again. 11, not going to cut it. Neville, going to go ahead and he's just going to swing away. 13, 13, neither of those is going to hit. How much does he have left again? Yeah, 3, he's close. Okay. Wait, hold on a second. Did I skip someone? Yeah, Trigva, Niha. Oh, I skipped Iran. Okay. She is going to go ahead and just do another Sorcerer's Burst. 22, that's going to hit. Just do fire damage. Okay, well, at least it's 2 because of... Actually, no, it's only 2 attack rolls. Yay, 1 whole damage. Okay. So then Neville also took his thing. So now we're back to Trigva. Okay. God, a fumble again? Okay, I guess he's just gonna... Yeah, he's just gonna not be able to do anything then. Back to Niha. Okay, this time, I'm gonna be smart. She is going to make a mace attack. 22, that's gonna hit, so it's gonna do damage. That's 6. And then she's going to use her War Priest. So you can use this bonus action. Anything else. Yeah, so she's going to use her bonus action to make another attack. So 10 damage altogether to that bugbear. Okay. Bugbear's going to bugbear. They're going to keep trying to grab him. 17, that's going to work on level. 9 damage. Neville's in trouble. Okay, Trigva. Oh wait, no, I have to do the other bugbear. See, this is why. This is why it's tough to run this many characters. 7, not going to work against Trigva. Okay. Iran, she's going to magic missile that bugbear that Neville's fighting. So, 1, 2, 3. Actually, wait. She'll divvy that up. She'll do 2 and then 1 to the other one. So, 4, 6, and then 4. So, this guy's going to take 4. He's down to 3. And this guy should be fully dead. Yep, only 3 damage. It's important to remember what you can and can't do. And then is her healing hands a bonus? No, her healing hands is an actual proper action, so she can't do that. Okay, back to Neville. Neville's going to go ahead and try and throw his daggers. Once again, having advantage because he's not moving. They're both going to hit. And that is enough damage, and the bugbear goes down. Alright. So I think that was I think all things considered, that was a pretty solid match there. I think it ended up being a little harder than the previous easy ones. Part of that is probably because of it is probably partially because, the action economy was a little more balanced. It was 3 on 4. And then at the same time, it's harder item. And then just like Trigva whiffing on those attacks, like, that's never where you want to be with, that's never a good feeling when you're just like whiffing on all your attacks. But until then, I'm going to go ahead and set up the next encounter, so I will talk to you guys in just a bit. Okay, so here's our medium encounter for today. In this case, we have a Hobgoblin Warlord, or a Hobgoblin Captain, excuse me, and then 2 Hobgoblin Warriors that are his minions. I know I said I'm trying to do like the strongest creature possible. I am also trying to like get them to be somewhat thematically appropriate. So in this case, it just felt right to have a Hobgoblin captain and then 2 warriors to supplement him. It looks like though, I rolled our initiative, so Neville DePaulo is once again at the top of the charts. So he is not going to move, and he is going to go ahead and throw his 2 soul knives. 11, that is not going to hit. Pretty sure. Yep, not with an 18. Okay, so we'll do his offhand. 19, that is going to hit. So it's 1d4 psychic damage, so that's 3. The Hobgoblin Warriors are also nothing really to write home about. They are very disposable. So next, Trigva the Thunderer, being the hothead he is, he's going to go in, and he's going to go straight for that Hobgoblin Captain. He's going to swing with his flail. 21, that's definitely going to hit. 11 for the damage, and then you know what? He's also going to do his psionic strike damage. So that's number 3, so that's 14. Down to 44. Next, Aran Araneth. Here's what she's going to do. She's going to go ahead and start with her innate sorcery. So she's going to have +1 DC and advantage on attack rolls. Okay, I did that a little wrong in the last one. Oh well. But she's actually going to cast Flaming Sphere. That's a 2nd level spell, I believe. Ooh, actually, no, she's not. Hold on. Oh, those are both bonus actions, though. Okay, never mind then. She's going to go ahead and do Flaming Sphere, so it's a 5-foot diameter sphere of fire in an unoccupied space on the ground within range. Lasts for the duration. Any creature that ends its turn within 5 feet of the sphere makes a dex saving throw, taking 2d6 fire damage on a failed save, or half as much on a successful one. So she's going to go ahead and make that sphere. We're going to go ahead and... No, that's not what I want. Circle. Center. Hold on a second. There we go. Now I can actually read it. Okay. So it's a 1. Is it 5-foot diameter or 5-foot radius? Diameter sphere. So that's a 5-foot radius. Oh. Okay. No, not like that. So, 5. Wait. Oh, a 5-foot diameter sphere is going to be just one space. Okay, so you know what? Here's what we're going to do. Okay, here's what we're going to do. There we go. So the giant wasp, for the time being, is going to be the sphere. Okay, so she's going to summon the sphere there, and then she's going to move it into this guy's space. And that is going to be... When you move the sphere directly over... As far as actually you move the sphere 30 feet, rolling around the ground, if you move the sphere into a creature space, the creature makes a save against the sphere stops moving for the turn. So it's going to crash into the warlord, and the warlord has to make a dexterity save. Dexterity save 18. Okay, so he's fine. He just can't end his turn there. Hobgoblin Captain. Okay, so what is he going to do? He does have the ability that in a 10-foot emanation from him, hobgoblins and their allies have advantage. So we're just going to move it. He is actually going to move around here. Actually, wait, hold on a second. Yeah, because you can move through friendly space. You just can't move through hostile space. So he's going to move here. 10-foot emanation, so that is going to reach that other hobgoblin. So that's his movement. And now he's going to do a great sword attack against Trigva. 11 is not going to do the trick. Okay, Niha. What's Niha going to do? So Niha, she is going to start with... Let's see here. Yeah, you know, she's going to start with Shield of Faith. That's a bonus action. So now she has +2 AC. And she's going to go ahead and give that hobgoblin there a whack. With her mace. 22, that's going to hit. 1d6 plus 2, that's 4 damage. Alright. Next, it's going to be the Hobgoblin Warriors. Let's see. I think they're both... Well, they also don't want to... This is a tough one, because they're right in the sphere. Yeah, you know, they're just going to go all out against Trigva, I think. They're both in danger, but they're also not going to be in a position where they're not in danger. So, 17, that's not going to hit Trigva. Oh, and the other one's, I guess, going to do the same attack. 11, also not going to hit Trigva. Okay, Neville Deephollow. He's going to go ahead and give himself advantage by not moving. He's going to try and knife the captain. 20 is going to do it. Going to try and knife the captain again. 19, I believe, does it. Yep, that's going to do it. So let's go ahead and roll the damage for those. So that's 11, and then he's going to do the 1d6 for sneak attack damage, because he has advantage that he gave himself. So that's 6 and 7 is 13 off of the Hobgoblin Captain. So let's see, that's going to be 31. Alright, Araneth, she is going to go ahead. Let's see here. She's going to go ahead and use Magic Missile on the Captain. 1, 2, 3. So that's 4. Oh, and I got a. Oh, we know it's +1. So 4, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's 10 damage against the Captain. And then next she's going to use her bonus. Oh, I forgot the Hobgoblin Warriors need to make dex saves against the Flaming Sphere. 7, 16. Okay, so the far one didn't make it. And what's the damage it takes again? 2d6. Probably going to be the end of it. 10 damage on it. It is dead. Okay, almost forgot to do that. So where were we before that? Oh yeah, so we didn't know. So Trigva. Trigva is going to go ahead. You know what? Okay, here's what he's going to do. Going to go ahead, and he's going to action surge. So he's going to attack the flail against the warrior. 16, that's... Oh wait, I don't think that's going to hit, because they have an 18, don't they? 18, okay. Well, now he's going to action surge and attack again. 9, also not going to do that. So he is going to go ahead and move away from the sphere, but he's going to take an opportunity attack from the Hobgoblin Warrior. 19, I'm pretty sure that hits Trigva. Yep, 19 AC. Okay, so Hobgoblin Warrior, longsword damage. Oh, that's the wrong button. So longsword damage is 4. Trigva takes 4 damage. Okay. Next, Araneth. You know what? She's going to go ahead and she's going to blow another magic missile. So 3, and then it's all going to be at the Warlord. So 1, 2, 3. So that's 9, and 4 is 13 damage. Oh, let's see here. So 13, so 1 is... Yeah, so he's down to 8. He's not having a good time. And then she is going to use the bonus action to move her sphere. Hobgoblin Warrior needs to roll a dex save to avoid it. 14, I think that beats her save. Yep, DC 13, he made the save, so that Hobgoblin Warrior is fine. But next, we are on to the Hobgoblin Captain, and he's also not very fun right now. But he's going to go ahead and he's going to attack Trigva, and he has advantage. I can't remember if I did that before, but he's going to miss on both counts. So that's not going to be great. Niha, what's Niha going to do? You know what? She's going to guiding bolt the Hobgoblin Captain. Yep, first level spell slot. 12, that's not going to hit the Hobgoblin Captain. Alright, Hobgoblin Warrior. He's going to move... Oh, that's the sphere. He's going to move that way. And then he's going to take a swipe at Niha. And it's... Oh, is he within 10 feet? He's within 10 feet, so he gets advantage. 15. And Niha, I believe, is at 16 because of Shield of Faith. Yep, 14 plus 2 is 16 for Shield of Faith. She is fine. So next, Neville Deep Hollow. It's going to give himself advantage for not for standing still. Okay, so he's only going to hit with 1. That's 5, and then he's also going to sneak attack because he had advantage. That's 3, so that's going to be 8 damage. I think our Hobgoblin Captain is down. Alright. So now Trigva. Trigva's going to go ahead and swing around to avoid the sphere. And he's going to flail him. 15. That's not going to hit. So, there's that. You know what? I think, because we used a level 2, and we used 2 level 1s. Yeah, so you know, we're just going to Magic Missile, and I can almost guarantee you that's going to end him. Oh, maybe not. 8 damage. He could get lucky. Okay. Well, we'll go ahead. We'll Magic Missile again. 4. And that's it. That's game. The Hobgoblin is dead. Alright, so I will say, with that one, I felt it was a little bit harder than our previous one, but not by much. I think the big thing is that I think the only reason the Hobgoblins survive as long as they did is because they had pretty decent AC. But at the same time, it's like they were still having trouble getting decent hits on Trigva. Like there was the one hit, so it wasn't really that much. But what really helped was Ereneth using Magic Missile and blowing their spell slots. Which you know which on a medium to hard encounter is kind of what you want to do. You want to start using your spell slots. I think the other thing to keep in mind with this is that when you're doing a campaign, you're going to have multiple encounters a day. They're not all going to be combat encounters. The way we're doing this right here is a little unusual because every fight we do, our characters are fresh. So when you have characters that have all their fresh spell slots, it's like, yeah, you can use Magic Missile 3 times in a combat when you're a level 3 sorcerer, and you can use that to just absolutely obliterate enemies that have high ACs. But at the same time, if you're doing an actual campaign, you're not going to want to do that for every combat, and especially if you get into a hard combat and you've used some of those like spell slots already, you're not going to have those resources. So it's something to keep in mind that these are not necessarily fully representative of a campaign, but this is more just to show the difficulty of it. Probably one of the reasons why my characters have been doing so good in those hard encounters is because they're going in fresh. They have their spell slots, they're at full health. So the hard ones will probably be a little harder if you're putting them in a campaign. And maybe that's something we'll cover on this series next, is like just building encounters in general that just might be fun or enjoyable. So until then, I'm going to go ahead and set up the next encounter, and I will see you guys in a bit. Okay, and this is going to be our hard encounter for the day. We have a Red Dragon Wormling and a Githyanki Warrior. We've, of course, rolled our initiative. We have Niha going first. Actually, you know what? Actually, no. Yeah, she's going to switch with Neville. Neville's going to do his little switcheroo thing with his ability. Yeah, and then so we got Neville, the Red Dragon, Niha, the Githyanki, Trigva, and Aran. So we're going to go ahead and get to work here. For starters, Shield of Faith on... Oh, wait, no. Talking about Neville here. Neville is going to go ahead and throw his daggers at the Githyanki warrior. 9, 7, and he's going to give himself advantage with not moving. 19, that's going to do it. So he'll hit with his main weapon. That's 9 damage. Okay, Red Dragon Wormling. I gotta remember what this guy does. So you know what? Let's see. It's a cone, a 15-foot cone. So the dragon is going to move here, and it's going to do its breath attack. Cone, 45 degrees. Yep, there we go. That's a 15-foot cone. Trigva definitely seems, and I'm going to say Iran mostly avoids it, but that's going to be a pretty devastating. See, what's the save on that? Okay, the save, the hit DC is 13. So dexterity save. Okay, Trigva makes it. Neville, dexterity save. Okay, they both managed to avoid it. But I believe it's, memory serves, it's half on a. Yeah, on succeed, half damage. So we're gonna roll that damage. Ooh, 29. Okay. So half of that is going to be 14. That's 14 damage on each of them. That's it's not great. Oh yeah, Neville's hurting. And Trigva down to 6. Alright, so you know what's going to happen now. He took damage, so he's going to do his. He's going to go ahead and do his thunder reaction. Actually, wait, protect the field. Yeah, no, he's going to do the retaliatory thunder. So roll 1d8. Okay, 8 thunder damage on the wormling. Oh, that's why. So 8, so it's going to be 67. Alright, next, Niha. Okay, Niha is going to go into healer mode. She's going to go right there. And she's going to use a spell slot to cure wounds on Trigva. Yeah, we'll do a first level. 19. Okay, that's going to bring Trigva up hard. Okay. Githyanki Warrior. Let's see here. Yeah, she pretty much just has her psychic blade, so she's gonna move in and try and finish off Neville with that. Oh, and she does 2 attacks because she has multi-attack. So she's gonna hit with 1. Oh, okay, we're only gonna go with the first one because I don't know. Oh, because it technically does it twice. That's because of how I formatted it. So Neville's only gonna take 9 damage. And that is everything for Neville. Neville is now officially down. Oh, this is going good. Okay, Trigva. Yeah, and Trigva already used his reaction, so he can't do anything about that. So Trigva's going to come and try and help his friend here. And he's going to action surge and attack twice. 23 is going to hit. 19, I'm pretty sure hits. Yep, 19 is definitely going to hit. So now, Trigva, damage 1. And you know what? He's going to use his 2 of his remaining psi die. Oh, wait, he hasn't even used his first one. Yeah, so he's going to use psi die on each of those. Or wait, is that once per turn? Oh, once on each of turns. Okay. So it's just going to be 11 and 9 is 20. That's 20 damage on the Githyanki. So the Githyanki is now definitely bloodied. Okay. Arena, she is going to move here. And she's going to go ahead and Healing Hands Neville. 5, you know what? Neville will... 5 is better than nothing. So stabilize. 5. And let's see. For her, is that an action or a bonus? Healing Hands is an action, so she can do bonus action stuff. What spells does she have that are a bonus action? Action, 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 action. Ooh. Oh. Oh. Let's see here. The target can take a magic action. Oh. I'm not sure how useful that's going to be because Draco's probably not going to take actions. Ooh. Wait, here we go. Let's see here. Shroud. Other than my allies. Okay, she's going to bonus action Necrotic Shroud. So, let's see here. Oh, that's... Okay, so 8 plus Charisma plus Proficiency. So 8 and 3. Oh, so it's just going to be 8 and 5. So that's going to be a 13. Yeah, you know, we'll do that. Worst case scenario, the Githyanki Warrior makes it. So Charisma save. 15. Okay, she makes it. We tried. Alright, back to Neville. Neville is going to bonus action disengage and get his butt out of there. And then he's going to go ahead and make... And actually has an ally in range, so we can make this with it. Oh, he doesn't need advantage for the sneak attack, though. Critical hit, so we're going to do crit damage plus sneak attack. So that's 3. So that's going to be 12 damage to the Githyanki. So the Githyanki is down to 8. Neville is now theoretically in a safe spot. Let's see here. So Red Dragon Wormling. First thing we got to do is roll a d6 to see if its breath recharges. On a 3, it's not going to recharge. Okay. So what it does have is its Rend. So it is going to charge at Trigva and do a Rend. Okay, one of its Rends hits because it does 2 of them. And of course, again, I formatted this wrong, so it's only going to be the first one, Rend damage 10. Oh, wait, no. No, it's not going to make it because the first one was 7. Oh, wait, no, it makes 2 attacks. I'm sorry. I'm being stupid right now, so 10 damage on Trigva. And actually, you know what? Trigva's going to use his reaction for for a protective field to reduce it by 6 plus 1 is 7. So there we go. So that reduces the damage. I'm happy I'm remembering this stuff now. Okay, so Niha is going to move here. She is going to not healing hands. Yeah, she's going to do cure wounds on Neville. Level 1 spell slot. She has it. 13. So Neville is going to be back up to fighting strength. There we go. Githyanki Warrior is going to go ahead and she's going to go ahead and do another side blade attack or another pair of side blade attacks. Wait, why did you only do one? I thought... I guess she only does one. Okay, I guess I was mistaken. So yeah, it's a fumble. Doesn't hit. Okay. Trigva. See here. He is going to... He already did his action surge. Does he have damage? He only has 3 damage. That's not a whole lot. He's not going to second wind for that. But he's going to go ahead and smack. He's going to go ahead and give a smack to the Githyanki. 22, that's going to hit. Roll the damage. 5. And actually, hold on a second. Is he... Can I do that, or do I have to announce it before the attack? Immediately after you hit target. So yeah, I am going to do the damage. So that's 5. And that means the Githyanki is down. But that also means Trigva is out of psionic energy dice. Okay, Iran Ereneth. What do we have here? So I'm trying to remember what she's... Oh, the only thing she used is her... She used her Healing Hands and then Celestial Revelation. So she still has all of her spell slots. So you know what? She's going to move here. She's going to move like right here against this wall. Never bunch up when there's a dragon about. And she's going to go ahead and Magic Missile with the level 2 spell slot for an extra one. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 15 damage. And I think the Dragon Wormling is only immune to fire. Yep, only immune to fire. So that's 15 damage off that. So that's going to be 52. Alright. Neville. Neville's going to go ahead and he's going to keep throwing daggers with advantage. So 1, 2. So, yep. Oh no, the 13's not going to hit. The 23 is going to hit, though. That's 1d4, and then sneak attack damage. 1. Don't you just love it when you actually hit and it does a whole 2 damage? Right, no, that should be D. I'm just going to say 52. I can't remember what it was at, so I don't know if I calculated that wrong. Red Dragon Wormling, going to go ahead and roll the 1d6 to see if it recharges its breath. 3, not going to work. It's going to go ahead and rend Trigva twice. Both of those are going to miss. Okay, Niha. What is Niha? Niha's going to Guiding Bolt with a level 1 spell slot. Okay, 21's going to hit. And that's 15 damage. Ooh, nice. Niha's kind of taking the lead here, so let's see, 10 is going to be 42, 15 is 37. Alright. Trigva. Okay, Trigva has used all of his psionic energy dice. The only thing and he uses action surge. The only thing he really has at the moment is swinging away with his flail. 6 is not going to work. What does Sap do again? Oh, that's only if he hit, though. Okay. Okay, Iran. Let's see, so how many spell slots do I have again? 4. Okay, so you know what? Can't go wrong with another magic missile at level 2. And that's her last level 2 spell slot. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4, 9, and 4 is 13 damage. That's going to be 24 that it's at. Alright. Neville is going to make a ranged attack. It does have advantage because of Guiding Bolt. 16, neither of those is going to hit. 12. Pretty sure neither of those hits. Yeah, with the 17, neither of those is going to hit. None of those are going to hit. Okay, Red Dragon Wormling. Gonna roll the d6. 2. Okay, it's going to go ahead and just do a double rend. 9 and 19. Okay, we're only going to go with the first damage because I know it's going to pop twice. 7. 7 Ren damage against Trigva. Okay, Trigva's a little damaged. But Niha, let's see what she's going to do. Yeah, Niha's going to come in swinging here. Because she has Shield of Faith, she's going to bonus action her weapon to make it a +1. And then we're going to go ahead and do... Well, she won't be able to do the War Priest action, but still a +1 on a mace, that's not bad. Ooh, 6 is not going to hit, though. Okay. And you know what, Iran, it's been working, so she's just going to keep doing Magic Missile. So, 1, 2, 3. So that's 5, 7, and 3 is 10. And again, this is actually the perfect example of why like this seems like it's overpowered, but again, it's only because the characters are fresh. Okay, Neville's going to keep throwing them soul knives. 23, that's going to hit, and then the offhand. 10, that's not going to hit. That 5, and then surprise damage. 4, that's going to be 9 damage. So this is pretty much over at this point. Like, not much the Wormling's going to be able to do. Let's see if it recharges its breath. 2, not going to do it. So it's going to go ahead and rend Trigva twice. One of those is going to hit. Only the first damage will be counted. 12. Trigva might be in trouble. Yeah, Trigva's down. Okay. Niha. She's going to go ahead. I've done Cure Wounds twice. How many spell slots does she have? Oh, she's got plenty of first level spell slots. Let's go ahead and do another Cure Wounds on Trigva. And we'll go ahead and we'll do it as a second level spell. Okay, so that's 15. So Trigva is back up again. Alright, and just in time for him to do something. Like, hit it really hard. But not with the 16, it's not. Yeah, I can't do anything. I'm not going to second win for that. And then I think with one more magic missile, that's going to be the trick. 13 damage, I'm pretty sure that's all of it. Yep, 13 damage, and the Red Dragon Wormling is down. Okay, so yeah, so this is interesting. Like, I don't feel that last one was too hard. It took a long while, again, mostly because we're dealing with high ACs now. Like, pretty much everyone has an AC of, like, 16 or 17 at any given point, depending on what they're popping. Same with the enemy creatures. Again, the thing to keep in mind, like, I know this seems easy, but I can keep in mind, like, I'm doing this with very fresh characters that, they have all their spell slots, they're at full health. Imagine this, though, like, imagine this combat where Niha doesn't have as many spell slots, so she can't cure wounds as much, or Aren doesn't have as many spell slots, so she can't spam Magic Missile like she was doing. Which I'll try and avoid in the future, but it's one of those things where, like, again, if I was in this scenario and I had those spell slots, I'd be like, you know what? This thing has health, but it doesn't have too much health. The ability to ignore its high AC is going to be useful. Magic Missile. Just Magic Missile every time. Especially again, because I have those spell slots. But you can see you can see why this would be a lot harder in an actual campaign. Like, especially if they just fought through this cave system and, came across these characters. So that they're going to be damaged, they're going to have, health things. Maybe they took a short rest, depending on how big you want the cave system to be. So yeah, so it would be an interesting thing to kind of consider. I don't necessarily want to put these characters, like I don't want to go like, put them through two things and then put them on a hard one. Because I think this also goes to show you it's like you do have to measure those expectations. And in this case, this was still a pretty tough fight. Like if that Wormling had gotten its recharge on its Flame Breath, the characters would be in trouble because that Flame Breath, that first one, took out most of Trigva and I think all of Neville, or was it the other way around? But yeah, either way, it's like they were pretty hurting, and that's because they succeeded. Imagine if they had failed. So again, take it with a grain of salt. But again, overall, I think this is going pretty good. They didn't even really need to use their magic items. Well, Trigva's magic item is just a shield with an aesthetic mod to it, and Niha's, she didn't take any damage, so she couldn't use the health regen on herself. That would have been something useful. Like again, the reason I gave it to Niha is because Trigva has second wind already, and especially with Niha having a lower AC, that's probably going to be something she gets more use out of. But yeah, thank you for joining me once again. This has been level 3 of MMA. Hope you guys liked it. Hope you guys continue to enjoy it. If you do all the YouTube things like subscribe, hit the bell icon, and of course, don't forget to keep doing what makes you awesome. Thank you very much, and goodbye.